This episode is inspired by what I started to notice in Love is Blind season 5. There are so many prime examples of reactive abuse going on. So I want to help you if you ever catch yourself in an argument or a situation with a narcissistic person so that you know what to do, you remain cool, and you keep your character intact. If you are watching towards the later episodes, you could see that some of the people that were targets of the reactive abuse, they spun out of their character. And the only reason we will spin out of our own character is when we are feeling insecure. So my job is to help you feel more at home within yourself, to feel more secure, connected with your higher power, so you do not keep engaging or attracting or staying in narcissistic relationships. What reactive abuse is when the narcissist is targeting your character and your integrity. They will say things that are not true, or they will find loopholes and ways to poke and prod until you feel like you need to react. You need to prove, you need to defend yourself. But the only reason you will be in a state where you feel like you need to prove or you need to defend is when you are not fully secure within yourself or within your own integrity. But I know that this is not easy, especially when alcohol is involved or that catches you off guard. It can feel like, well, I want to stick up for myself. I want to stand up for myself. But just know there is never resolution and solution involved or as the main goal when you are dealing with a narcissist. They are always just trying to have power and control over you. So they target people who have certain insecurities, especially if you're empathetic and you're a very selfless kind of person and you are very smart, you're very educated. They are going to try to poke and prod until you feel like you need to defend yourself or prove yourself. And so your job in these situations, in these kind of relationships, to become narcissist proof is to be so secure that if somebody says something to you, it goes right over your head. For example, if you're a very tall person and somebody calls you short, that would just roll right off your head because you know it's not true and you know you don't have anything to prove or defend. You just know that you're tall. So the same thing when it comes to a narcissist. If you are a very selfless person and they are saying things and examples of how you're so selfish, let it roll right off your head because you know that you are a selfless person. They tell you that you are ungrateful or that you are entitled. Let it roll right off your head. It can be maddening, and I know that it can bring up some anger within you. And you might be saying, I don't want them to walk all over me and think they can talk to me like that. This is where I tell all my clients, I say, well, is it working? Is it working when you're proving yourself or defending yourself or pulling up the receipts, having the proof? Does that ever actually get you the reaction or the response or the resolution and solution that you are looking for? Or does it just continue to make things worse? Does it continue to just anger and frustrate you? What I care about is helping you feel at home within yourself. I'm here to help you feel secure, to feel confident, to have healthy, loving relationships. And I know it can sound counterintuitive, but when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, you have to do what you need to do to keep your well-being, to keep your character intact. Because as you could see in the later episodes in Love is Blind, the people who were the targets of reactive abuse, they lost their cool and their character, and then they look crazy. If you want to stop losing your character, because that's another way that a narcissist has power and control over you, because they can pull out those receipts onto you of how you reacted in a crazy way, even though they were the ones poking and prodding. That's how they keep you to stay. And why do they want you to stay if they don't even like you? Because they get something out of you. They're using you. It's that simple. And so if you want to be narcissist free, narcissist proof, no more narcissist, you're going to have to learn how to remain apathetic and calm and neutral and not prove yourself and defend yourself. Of course, the first thing is to get out of this kind of relationship. But I know there are some instances where maybe you live under the same roof and you are a child and you're not able to move out yet, or it's a boss or it's a coworker. There's complicated situations. I totally get that. Obviously, my number one thing is to get out of these kind of relationships. But in the meantime, while you're navigating your way out of it, this is going to help you. Try it on. Do not engage. Do not react. Sometimes You have to say, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry. And I know that that can be maddening to feel like you are surrendering to them, but spin it around and say that I'm doing this for me because I don't want to be in this unnecessary argument. I don't want to be in this situation where I'm having to prove and defend myself. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm holding on to anger and resentment. So I'm going to say and do whatever I need to do to get out of this conversation and to restore peace and joy and happiness within me. These are all things that I wish that I had known before. I would catch myself in arguments or situations where the narcissist would poke and prod and I would react and then I would feel guilty and then I would feel like I'm so crazy and all these things. But what I've learned being narcissist proof, narcissist free, it wasn't me. It was the relationships that I was engaging in. But I didn't feel worthy and secure enough to be in healthy relationships. So that was my work. That is what my homeschool is all about. My program, my 6-step program to become narcissist proof and to actually recover and come home to yourself so that you know your worth, so that you do not fall for a narcissist and you do not stay with them anymore. But it has to do with you. It has to do with what you believe about you. It has to do with your confidence, with your security. That is what my work is all around. So it is my intention that you go ahead, you use this information for yourself, you pass it along if you know of a friend that's dealing with a narcissistic person and they don't know how to react and they keep spinning out. To summarize, be apathetic, be neutral, don't prove, don't defend, feel secure within whatever they're saying to you. Let it roll right off your head. Do what you need to do to get out of that conversation. Sometimes you need to agree with them. Do whatever you need to do to get out of that relationship in general and navigate that. And then my recommendation, if it feels right for you, working my program, coming home to yourself, treating it like a recovery program to actually work steps to no longer be attracted or be a match. All that info is in the description box below. I'm sending you so much love. I hope to hear from you. I want this information to get out to as many people as possible. That is my mission, so that you do not keep engaging in unhealthy relationships and you get to be in relationships with other people who see you, who value you, who love you, who adore you. You deserve that. And so I'm sending you so much love. I hope to see you in the homeschool, and I'll be creating more content for you.